Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm Matt as well.
And today we're the three of us at the beer mats.
Lovely.
Why did you say it like that?
We're keeping that.
Absolute pervert.
We're keeping it. That's it. That's it now.
Amazing.
So we're working on a new format, right? We've had beer mats on the go. We've had the regular review
on the
sessions.
road.
On the go beer, the Cotswold Beer Festival. It was beer mats on the go. We've got the beer mats extras, which haven't been many recently, but this one is called
Pubtalk.
Yeah, Matt came up with it.
It's just essentially people in the pub
Having
drinking
talk.
and talking. It's one of the things to love to do as young men.
One of the things to love to do as
I'm
young men.
really drunk still from last night. This has just hit me up from last night.
Oh, he's having a wild one with me.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
So that's it. Yeah, this is one of the things to love to do as young men show.
Rock and roll pub talk starting this Thursday.
Central Time.
Yeah.
Call now.
So you can see on today's episode we have an additional beer mat.
Hi.
I'm going to pre-warn you now, we were all out last night and we're all slightly dying. Yeah, Matt went to see Metallica. Matt-Metallica.
You were dressed as Paul Stanley from Kiss.
Yeah, and you were dressed as Shaun from Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, we'll add in some pictures, I imagine. We've got a bunch of stuff.
Enough.
Yeah.
We've met up with Matt because he's on his travels back home. He stopped off for a beer.
As you do.
As you do.
I mean, you can probably tell we're not in the regular shooting location.
No, yeah, we've moved.
Yeah, we're in the lovely city of Wolverhampton on a sunny, actually really glorious sunny autumn.
So we
Sunday.
sat inside.
So we're sat inside at the pub. We're at a great little bar in Wolverhampton called the Posada. It's like a heritage.
Yeah, so
really
essentially
old.
it's one of the UK heritage pubs. I believe it's well over 100 years old. We get some snaps inside as well.
Yeah.
It's a really cool little bar.
Recommending on TripAdvisor.
But yeah, it's and they always do a good beer. And today we're drinking a Brewdog's Punk IPA.
Yeah, which I've never actually tried. So this
Have you
is,
not?
Yeah, I mean, I know you've had a
Oh.
few of these before, but this is a new one for
Well,
me.
yeah, it's a debut.
It's fruity.
Fruity. He's for shooting stars, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, so we've got nothing prepared.
This is
So
more just a
this is more
hungover
just
beer mats.
hungover us having a beer. We'll just let you guys enjoy them.
The rock and roll episode.
When we were filming this today, in part because Matt, aka Thomps, was really desperate to be on a beer mats episode. I'm not going to use the words that he
the exact comments
in the text message that he sent me begging me to be on this, but
I'm taking some time out of my busy schedule. Of nothing.
So I suppose this is like an other side of the beer mats. This is what the beer mats look like after all of the beers. This is the next morning. This is the rough beer mats. And my head's a bit fuzzy. I ordered an entire pizza last night and just didn't eat any of it. Put it down on the ground, fell asleep, looked at it this morning, couldn't face it and threw it away.
I've not eaten at all. I've not been able to even hold down water. So this is going to be interesting for me.
I had McDonald's pancakes and one of those flat sausage roadkill things.
What you have to understand is that there's certain people on the planet I will go pint for pint with, most. There's certain people I will never go pint for pint with because it's dangerous and I've tried it before. This is a prime example of someone I do not go pint for pint with. I'll give you a story, if you will. The location, Berlin.
Oh dear.
The time, February 2015.
Where the roads?
We were on a stag party, themed like the Lions rugby tour. We went on a pretty big bar crawl around Berlin, and I wasn't allowed in a bar because I had a kebab in my hands. It was a karaoke bar, and they would not let me in. There was it was dead, but they wouldn't let me in. I had to point out to the owner of the establishment, if you look behind you, there's a man in his pants doing karaoke to Rock You Like a Hurricane, and that was absolutely fine, Miss Man.
Great choice of song though.
Rock you like a hurricane.
I wasn't even singing, I was shouting.
It was berating.
It's like the death
There was
metal
like a
version.
really frightened looking Chinese couple in there.
They didn't know what they let in.
They really were. It was one of those moments at that fuzzy evening. I distinctly remember just going, "But that's okay." He looked around, just like.
Fantastic choice of song though. I mean, if you're going to do karaoke,
you got to do a classic rock song.
Yeah,
really,
You got to do a German band as well.
Yeah, true. Just Hasselhoff.
Could have done Halloween and gone, ow!
So Matt, we're going to talk to you because you actually do watch a lot of the episodes.
I comment on a lot of them.
So what have you liked?
I like the theme songs.
Oh, okay.
I like that. Did you hear the one I made you? Did he send it to you?
I did play it you one night, but it was just noise.
I haven't heard this. No, I need to hear this.
Would it work on there?
Yeah, that'll pick it up if you hold the phone close enough.
Right, who's phoning me? Oh, you.
Oh, I went for you before, yeah.
Alright, just find this. It was in the group, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Where's the group?
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
That's not some weird Christian group thing, it's the day when the 4 regions, Welsh rugby
I
play each other.
bought him a quarter scarf. Not even a half and half scarf. And he was very whimsical about it.
They told me I had to wear it for the whole day. I wore it for the whole day.
Media.
I hate those sort of things, but I wore it.
Is it in media?
I don't know if it's media or...
Oh, yeah, what's this?
It's all just noises from you.
I know that one. No, that's not that one.
I love that there's more than one.
Oh, no, they're like weekly, not daily sometimes.
It's a parody of Trapped in the Ice by the almighty Metallica.
Freezing! Beer in cuts all! Drinking! Can't walk at all! I am dying to piss! Be Matt! Cavan Matt Rice!
I love it.
Like Ozzy Osbourne's got this. Is it Diary of a Madman?
Yeah, it's me.
Pretty sure it's your life. Like if I have any say in your tombstone, it will just say "Here lies."
There's a picture of him in the
Fucking
80s
lunatic.
when he's got a gun pointed to his head, and that's me.
So aside from the intros, do you like any? Like, is there any other particular favourite bits?
I like the history. I like the rating. I have a suggestion that I said to him, which I think would be quite good.
Yeah.
Is if you do sort of a quick fire round.
Okay.
So you just like you say one or the other. So you say, I don't know, Carling or Foster's, and then when you say Carling, it says Foster's, and then
okay.
and you do Strongbow or Bulmers.
And you have to answer extremely quickly and
Yeah.
just stick with your answer.
Yeah. So like do like 5 in a row.
We could do that.
We could do that.
That'd be
Yeah.
good. That would be
That'd be
good to
good.
watch. Yeah. Because a lot of the difficulties, you have a lot of ideas, or a lot of people give you ideas, and you think
Yeah.
that'd be good in the pub maybe, but would it
Work
translate
on an
good to a
episode,
video?
yeah.
But that thing would
That could be easy,
translate good. That's the difficult bit.
Definitely.
My favourite bit recently is because I know I edit all of these.
Yeah.
I love the zoom ins now.
Oh, they're good. Yeah.
Yeah, those are my favourite new
That's
bits.
good.
I
I
like
do
them.
enjoy
Since
that.
I figured out how to do those. Oh, okay. Watch your leg.
Well, another thing we're here to discuss is Oktoberfest. As you know, we've done, well, all 6 breweries now we've tried. This man went last year.
It was like a magical kingdom of my dreams come to life.
It's like the Toys R Us advert. The magical place.
Just Thompsons running through.
Fields of beer.
every 20 to 40 minutes they play Ein Prosit, which is the sort of, and they all join in, and they all down their drinks. But they have every tent is like a stadium. It's like a arena.
Yeah.
And the stand in the middle, they're just all going for it. And they start off playing German
Palm music,
hits.
don't
And then they go to like popular music. Like they started doing Jump by Van Halen and Just a Gigolo, which I loved. And there's one tent that I didn't get to go to, but I really want to go next year. It's the Lauenbrau one, because I went in at 3 in the afternoon. It was blasting with techno music and everyone was just going nuts, and I want to go there. And there's a massive mechanical man outside like this with a stein of Lauenbrau. I have to see that. I have to go there. That's on my bucket list. There's also a 7-a-side rugby tournament on the Friday, which I'm keen to go to.
Yeah.
So I think we should go to that as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Sort of maybe we could do like a commentary one. So I could be Jonathan Davis and you could be
I'll be Brian Moore.
You'd be
Get
Brian
angry
Moore.
about everything.
Yeah.
He's not feeding it in. Just shout at everything.
Brian Moore podcast brought to you by the Telegraph.
Yeah.
With QBE Insurance.
I actually love that program.
It's awesome. It's
really
a hell of a
good.
good.
Full contact is quality.
It's class. It's the best one. He has a good guest.
I love when he gets Nigel Owens on. He's a famous Welsh
Oh, he does.
referee, and it's like, hello Nigel. Oh, Brian! It's like he's always needs to shout wherever he is.
No, he's a higher voice than that. He's like, hello, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
Leave it blue.
Have we talked about what beer we're drinking?
I've mentioned we are doing Brewdog's Punk IPA.
Brewdog's Punk IPA. How would you rate it so far? You've had this before.
I'd say. Sorry, I will overstep my boundaries.
No.
Sorry.
No, you're the guest. I'd like you to rate it. Just a small swig.
I would give that. It's not a 10, isn't it? I'd probably give that a 7.5.
7.5.
Okay, that's a fair score.
I think I'll go for like a 6.5.
Yeah.
To be fair, I must say they've poured it a really good pint here.
It's a really, look at that. That's
That's lovely.
It's
Yeah.
sort of as it's going
Down,
down. You get
you've got the
different.
ladder.
Yeah. Having it in a handle glass is a nice touch as well. You don't always get these in pubs.
Well, if you ask nicely, a lot of places do.
Yeah.
I like that it says lawless as well. And I all after the camera says, you got it better than yours. Lawless. Like Blackie Lawless of Wasp. That's a good 80s metal band, you love them. They got a song called Animal Expletive Like a Beast.
Were they called the Wasp because, is it the white?
No, they are. It stands for We Are Sexual Perverts, apparently. Or We Ain't Sure, Pal. Like a kiss is...
No, supposedly it's nice and
Satan Service,
but it's not.
but that's Gene Simmons, and he said, keep it simple, stupid.
I would give it a 7.
As I said, the ramblings of a madman.
It's fine. I have to contend with him usually. So can you tell us some facts half an hour later? And then the history of this one.
Dog IPA was first brewed by
Aberdeen,
Harvey P. McNichol in Aberdeen in 1804. He was trying to invent a cure for the common leprosy. And he stumbled across a beer.
Imagine if like they got in touch for like libel.
That's just not true.
But he's definitely was from Aberdeen. That's where they started out, and it's pretty famous now. Really, across you go to any sort of major city, and they've always got a brewdog.
Oh, brewdog.
There's going to be a hotel soon as well, apparently.
Brewdog.
What I love about brewdog is this is talking about the bars per se more than the drinks themselves. Is you can go in there and they actively encourage you to try different beers.
Yeah, and you get to trade, innit?
Like you can actually go in, get in touch with them, and kind of book a table to have someone do like a tasting afternoon. And
Why haven't we done this yet?
No, I've definitely thought about it.
There's one in Cardiff. Is there one in Bristol?
I don't know about Bristol, but I know there's one in Birmingham.
Oh, I do love Bristol.
What you'll have to do...
I do.
You'll have to come to Cheltenham with me and go to the beer cellar there. I went there last week. It was really fun.
Oh my god.
That was good.
We've got
They're
a
the
few
same
places.
band. The same band we saw in Cardiff was there.
Really?
The same band.
Jesus
It was
Christ, they get around.
I know. We're going to the tour, innit? Tour all the beer cellars.
Hello, Cheltenham. This is our
Have you
next
heard we've
one.
been invited to? We heard we've been invited to a brewery in about 2 weeks' time.
There's actually a brewery in Gloucester Docks, and they got their own bar there.
Oh,
if you want to
that'd
go
be
there, it's called Gloucester Brewery, but it's literally where I live. It's literally 100-yard walk.
Well, this one is only about 10-minute drive away from here.
Did you see the one we did to the beer festival?
That was good. I like that one.
Wait,
That's why I sang drinking
one
pints
that-
and cods all on the song.
The one that Andy, who's the guy, really recommended, the one I tried, they saw it because he posted to the page and asked us if we wanted to go down to like
Cool.
a day thing there.
It's a good job we liked it.
Yeah, it was nice. It was, yeah.
This is disgusting. He's spitting in front on the
Angry.
floor on his own
They
shoes.
could have invited us for a different reason.
Andy is a liar. Imagine that, just get really angry. I don't want to be on this anymore.
Have you ever seen that? The Brian Butterfield.
Yes, the Butterfield diet.
Call now. I've just realised the number's the wrong one, and then it's a different number. And he's saying,
Yeah.
Have you seen
Wait,
that?
what's that? I think I recognise that.
It's Peter Renner.
Peter's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Bonbons.
Christmas Mama Bonds.
Quiche's Lorraine.
20 cheese omelette.
Quail's eggs. Oh no.
Hoist and crispy owl.
Chocolate quail's eggs.
And he goes, day 5 is cheat day. And he's like, you've only got 24 hours. Eat as much as you can.
Fluffy ruffles.
See the other ones that he has his sports superstore. Have you seen that one? The newer ones.
No.
Oh, they're good. They are. I'll find them for you.
Have you seen the one where he's talking about the doing like a voiceover for a market? He's like, oh, now he's looking at some extra large pencils, and there's this huge piece of stick, and then like the guys, whereas we've all made mistakes.
Oh, that's the
haven't
same.
we?
Have you seen
That's
the Little Britain one when it's Peter Andre, the royal correspondent? He fucking kills me every time. So it's like pictures of the royal family. He's like, here's the Queen, she's the main one. Here's Prince Charles, he has magical powers. And it's like Prince Andrew with one of them with his daughters, like Beatrice Hughes, and he goes, there's Andrew with a very young Sarah Ferguson, and there's the love of my life. Oh, Anne, sweet Anne. He's like, what's your problem?
What's the one I like now? The Butterfield one is funny. When he has the Butterfield Detective Agency and he has Austrian and Australian, he gets them the wrong way round.
Oh, yeah.
Lord Mayor's croupier. That's
He's a
awesome.
funny man.
Oh, have you watched it?
I've seen bits of it. I love him on Spaced.
Oh, he's
he
good on
plays
that.
the sort of the love rivals.
Yeah, you're good, yeah.
You can't beat me. He's got It's weird. He's so good at voices.
He is
Did he do
Darth
Darth
Maul.
Maul?
Darth
I'm pretty
Maul.
sure he did
Yeah,
Darth
he did the
Maul,
voice of
yeah.
Darth Maul.
Did he? Cool.
But yeah, he had like 2 lines in the whole goddamn film. But everyone
So
remembers
it's
it.
like the Rock in the Mummy film. He says Hakuma Sente. That's all he says.
Hakuma
And then
Sente.
he dies.
Or does he?
Well, I don't ever understand the obsession with that Boba Fett guy. He says like 4 lines of dialogue in the entire
I've
trilogy.
never understood that as a Star Wars
He's
fan.
pretty cool.
Yeah, like he's cool.
In the
he's got-
second film,
I'll be honest,
He's
In
got the
second film,
jetpack,
he's
but then he
cool.
just he dies
I'll be honest, I
instantly.
didn't
They've
know-
actually didn't they do a
a
story that
trailer that he comes out of it.
They
It's now
actually got
canon.
out.
It's now canon that he got
thing
out.
to get out, yeah.
But what a waste of a character in that third film. He could have done so
I-
much more.
Yeah,
I
it's
never-
like it would have been good if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest,
And then he's like, you have to get involved after.
I never noticed him until this whole thing about him started.
No, I had him as I got him as a I'm one of those people that I sort of thought he's pretty bad.
I never noticed.
Well, because
The
he took on hand. You know what I mean? He
The
took really
costume and
bad.
everything is badass, but they could have done more.
You
with
know
him.
what annoyed me about it though is on the new films they redubbed his line from the original actor because the guy who played Django Fett is
Yeah.
New Zealander, so they've kind of given both New Zealand sort of Maori, like, which I've got no issue with that. I'm just saying it's just a bit. Why? What was the need to edit his? You know what I mean? Like, did you have like? Was it? It was like
We're gonna get Han Solo.
yeah.
It's right time for Han Solo.
Yeah.
go to the video ref.
You know, put Han Solo to
where's,
bed.
where's Boba? Oh, he's watching the All Blacks. I don't do any hunting when the All Blacks are on.
It's about 10. He's probably in bid.
Yeah,
Well, I love when they say debut.
Debut.
it's a great.
Dan Corder making his debut.
Do you think that other studios are going to absolutely lose tons when they're trying to keep doing all these universes? You know, like how they're trying to do like a Universal horrors.
Well, they might have already cancelled it because the next one was meant to be the Bride of Frankenstein, and they've already not cancelled it, but they said it's been pushed back
Yeah, because
with no set date. Yeah.
I kind of still want to see it, but like I don't expect anything from it.
I always wondered if it looked like an Inception type thing, a universe within the universe. Like,
That's but supposedly Pulp Fiction
Is-
is
yeah,
a film
yeah.
inside the universe of Reservoir Dogs, or vice
because he's
versa.
got 2, the real one and the fake one.
Yeah,
hasn't
he's
he?
got like it's films within his.
Did you watch that one I sent you? Told you about the other day, the Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I
It's
liked
been
it.
long, though.
I thought I didn't like the ending very much. I think the ending let it down. But me personally,
A lot of people said that in the reviews of it.
I was a bit like I liked where it was going, and spoiler alert, I got really pissed off when Kurt Russell died.
Oh yeah.
I shit, you not seen that film? Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, but
Yeah, and I
pretty much
love Kurt Russell.
pretty much everybody died. Do you know in that film
Well,
he
died, I think that's the point, isn't it?
he didn't realise that they'd borrowed a guitar from like an antique. It was like a really old antique
Yeah.
guitar, and it was insured for like thousands and thousands.
He smashed it.
And they'd loaned it to Quentin Tarantino to use, and he didn't realise he just smashed it on set. And he got they've said to them now, we're not lending you any more antiques
Yeah.
to use as props forever, because Kurt Russell smashed.
That's
Kurt Russell,
that's
man.
cool though, isn't it?
Do you know a great Kurt Russell film? Big Trouble in Little China.
I've seen
Never
it.
seen.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. It's fucking amazing. Essentially, Kurt Russell is a lorry driver. Let me just give you the premise of. Go and watch this film after. The premise will not turn. You will like, have to watch the film. Kurt Russell is a lorry driver, and he's really good friends with this Chinese guy. And they meet up for the start of the film, and they're playing like some weird dice dominoes game thing, like with a load of people. It's like a 5-minute intro for that. And Kurt Russell wins loads of money, and he goes, alright, I'll give you the money, but can you drive me to the airport because I'm going to pick up my girlfriend from the airport. The girlfriend then and some other woman then get kidnapped by a Chinese gang. This is actual premise of the film, and they have to try and get her back. But the thing is, they've been kidnapped by some mystical Chinese sort of wizard to use as like to release his soul. So he's like got like it's done by John Carpenter and everything. It's ridiculous. But no one who watches it doesn't enjoy it. It's one of those films like, this film is totally ridiculous, but I'm loving every minute of how crazy and 80s this film is.
Okay.
It's the most bizarre premise, but I absolutely adore it. And then it's one of those films, you mention someone who's seen it, they're like, how good is that film? It's like, it's amazing.
I'll have to add it.
It's
to
got
the
loads
list.
of like crazy martial arts and everything.
Awesome.
It's got the guy who, it's the guy who plays. This really famous sort of Chinese actor who's in like everything as a cliche Chinese actor. He plays the villain in it all. It's balmy. It is mental. But Kurt Russell saves the day.
That's fantastic.
I'm not. I can't imagine being that excited about
Oh no, I love that film. It's
Okay,
so
yeah.
ridiculous.
I'll give it a go.
it. Yeah.
Who would you rate that on the next one? Rate the film.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Film mats.
Film mats.
Movie mats.
Movie mats. Eminem.
8 Mile it's such a good underrated film.
Yeah, but I think it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna age well.
No, it's not, but
It's gonna be dated quite quick.
Oh yeah.
a lot of
gonna be
those
like that.
a lot of those films have disappeared now. There was a lot of battle dance films.
Yeah.
Where people
Never
could
Back Down.
salvage their soul through breakdancing in a warehouse.
It's an interesting thing is that, have you ever noticed that most musical genres continue? Disco just died and never happened again. That's weird, isn't it? Like grunge sort of continues, I guess.
Well, grunge. You
It's
still hear grunge. If
Exactly, you
like,
don't hear disco and anything.
You can see a band like Goddamn,
You have
who are like
funk
a local
or
band,
something.
and then you can hear that they've still got like the Melvins and all that. Like they're still
Melvins are
influenced by.
awesome.
Melvins are mental, but like Mudhoney, I love Mudhoney.
Oh, I don't know. What's one I like? The Sweet Young Thing Ain't Sweet No More.
Yeah.
I got one. It's dirty sounding.
But I'm saying, it's like you're right
Filth.
though, where it's like disco, but I think it's disco is so of the time.
Disco's just Italian funk. So I describe it. New York. It is, isn't it?
Italian funk.
You know what I mean? Like Italian people in New York, like going to nightclubs like Travolta.
You're just thinking of John Travolta, really. There's
Yeah.
there's no premise about from John Travolta.
Have you? Oh, what's the one? Is it no Spike Lee film? What's the one in New York during the loads of murders in the 70s? What's that film called? That's really good. That is. It's a Spike Lee film. I can't remember the name of it.
No, I don't remember. But you know what's another? Talking about that though.
I'll find out now.
Talk about disco and stuff is. Do you know who's a really underrated group who wrote brilliant songs? Bee Gees. Early
Yeah.
Bee Gees are amazing.
There's only one left now.
Yeah, Barryman still going strong.
Only one BG.
Spike Lee films.
But nah, they've got some great. I watched them at Glastonbury. Well, we watched them, didn't we? I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Like,
when
they were
I was
amazing.
in my comatose state after the Lions match.
Yeah.
I watched a great film recently, and it's a new film. It got a lot of hype, so
Yeah.
I was sort of apprehensive about whether or not I should watch it because of the amount of hype. It's called The Big Sick. Have you heard about it?
Is it sick? Just SIC? Is that one? Or?
Yeah, like as in like sick as in the usual way it's spelled, but it's a guy. It's a Pakistani guy, Kunal Nanjiani. Sorry if I've butchered that name.
Yeah.
It's based on a true story of how he met his wife, and he's a guy. He's a stand-up comedian in like New York,
Yeah, I know the film. You're about in the trailer.
and
yeah.
his girlfriend gets sick, and he's his parents are like we'll only let you date a Pakistani woman, arranged marriage, and all the rest.
Isn't he the guy who's in
Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
The guy from it's honestly it's a brilliant film.
Oh, definitely.
Can't recommend it enough.
What's the name of the film you found?
Spike Lee film.
Summer of Sam. It's really good. It's like a
I've heard the name.
It's like a serial killer, and he's in like New York or one of the suburbs, and then it's got loads of different characters, and like it's like mob type people get like picked off, and then one of them is like he's come back from the UK during the punk thing, and he's got like a massive like spike, like he looks like Sid Vicious, and he's like moves into his parents like guitar, but he's like closeted homosexual and things, and it's a good storyline.
Oh, fair play. Give it a watch.
Sounds quite complex. Something I watched again recently that I actually went to see in the cinema years ago. 7 Psychopaths.
Oh, you
I
that's
haven't
good.
watched that, but
I
I've
want
heard
to see
it's
it.
With Sam Rockwell and
it Colin
Christopher
Farrell?
Walken,
Yeah, 'cause-
Colin Farrell.
yeah.
It's a really, really good film.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Because
it's-
I only heard like not negative, but just like meh.
I really enjoyed it. It's
No,
yeah,
I
it's-
usually like, if you like a film, I typically like.
Colin Farrell in comedies in general.
In Bruges.
In Bruges, I mean,
what a
Oh,
film.
that's for John Lennon.
Brendan
He's-
Gleeson,
yeah.
man. Brendan Gleeson's one of the best actors.
I
ever.
didn't realise that the I can't remember his character's name in Star Wars. Donald Gleeson from the new Star Wars: The
yeah,
Force
he plays,
Awakens.
like, yeah.
That's his son.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I didn't make that
And he
connection.
plays Ron Weasley's brother in the last.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He did Bill. Yeah, Bill Weasley.
Weasley.
He
Ginger.
plays a Weasley. But he's a really good actor.
Yeah, Brendan Gleeson is quality. I love him in Braveheart.
Must Run in the
Michael
Family.
Collins, great film. Troy's a bit of a bizarre film. I actually studied the story. Yeah, Troy. Yeah, but Homer's Odyssey. Yeah, all that at school, and it's nothing like the story. They couldn't have got away with it. It was the most ridiculous thing you'll ever have read.
As soon as he said Troy, I was thinking, "Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You remember me from such beer rating episodes as Beer Mats episode 5."
Return of the Carlsberg.
That just made me sad though because the
guy played
voice
it,
actor for Troy
his
McClure.
wife
He
shot
did
the
Lionel
Murdered
Hutz
by
as well,
his
didn't they?
Yeah.
He did Lionel Hutz, and both those characters just go away from the series.
One of the best characters.
Is that a broken neck? Great!
The one when he's trying to, he's there, speak to his sponsor at AA. You should laugh about it. But he's there, sweet, sweet amber nectar. And he has to call his nose. It just comes out of nowhere. But, as a kid, you don't really get the concept of it.
When he's a baby, sit there and he's throwing all his documents in the fireplace. He's like, Lionel Hutz is no more. Say hi to Miguel Sanchez.
Back when The Simpsons was unreal.
The Simpsons, I think we can all agree, Simpsons in the 90s is the best TV that's ever been made.
Yes.
I think.
Not Series 1. Series 1, I think they're still getting the bones of it.
Oh, yeah,
So, Series 2
animation's
is
a bit shit.
Series 7.
Whenever
it's just,
Conan O'Brien was writing for them, because Conan O'Brien wrote the monorail episode.
Yeah, he did. He wrote loads of them.
He did. He wrote some amazing episodes.
What's the one when he goes in, he does the dance, and then Barker's going, only I may dance.
But I didn't do it when he
Yes.
said I didn't do a kid. He's there doing that. He's like, stop it.
Only I may dance.
Oh, in the South Park thing, he's going, you watched that movie, Conan? You laughed. What have I done?
Conan.
The band's read about it.
I'm not your buddy, friend. I'm not your friend, guy.
Apologies to any Canadians watching.
Yeah.
We accept your apology, Brian Adams.
Yeah.
I spoke to my Canadian family about South Park and their feelings towards the
They all think
flip-top
it's
heads.
funny, probably.
They think it's hilarious. They've got a good sense of humour about
Ugly
it.
Bob.
Ugly Bob.
Awesome. And he's
You're just a dick, Ugly Bob.
and he has
Oh, it's hideous.
And he takes it off. He looks the same.
Everyone.
Or what's the one I like is when they have the royal wedding, and she's ripping the bride's arm off as a tradition.
He puts his hands in the pudding, as is tradition.
I love it. It's awesome.
Because it was perfect. Because I remember waking up the day of that royal wedding, and I went downstairs, and my nan is just sat in my living room. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? She goes, I've come round to watch the royal wedding. You've got a bit better TV. I was like, okay, who let you in? Is my next question. She's watching it, and then I watched it with her. There's me, my 70-something-year-old nan watching the royal wedding, or 80-something-year-old nan, and it was just funny as. I couldn't believe, because it was literally and now they've come in his carriage as a tradition. And then South Park did. He's like, oh my god, they literally
they called it
South
as is tradition.
Park's awesome.
I love South Park.
Speaking of Brian Adams, I went.
Speaking of Brian Adams,
No,
which is not a sentence anyone ever says.
Until just now. No, I went to watch the new rugby league side Toronto that's been formed. Play against London Scholars at the start of the year, and it's on White Hart Lane actually.
Was it?
It's on the lane.
Yeah.
It's an athletics ground just up the road from it, and it's got one main stand, and they had a Brian Adams tribute band at halftime. It was amazing.
He was number one when I was born with All for One and the Prince of Thieves one.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Everything I do.
Jason Donovan was number one on the day that I was born.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know when I was. But should I find out?
Find out the song that was number one on the day you were born. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just topping it from last night.
What would I do? A number one song.
Do you know that 10 by Pearl Jam sold more records than Nirvana's Nevermind?
I think it's a better album.
Yeah. But I love Pearl. I mean, I think Even Flow is one of the best guitar songs that ever.
I like
made.
one.
Pearl Jam exceptional.
Michael Bolton was number one. Jesus Christ.
Have you ever seen that film Office Space?
No, I really want to see it.
It's a really good film. It's like Jennifer Aniston's in it, and I think it's like either just towards the end of Friends but it's a really good film. Just like, especially I think you've worked. I'm imagining you've worked in an office space as well, right?
I continue to.
Yeah. So we can all sort of relate to it now. I think. Whereas when I was a kid and I watched it, I maybe didn't quite get it as much.
Yeah.
But there's a character in it called Michael Bolton, and there's a running joke throughout the whole film. It's like,
Nice.
oh, are you there? No, I don't even like Michael
Was it like
Bolton.
Michael Cera's character in? Is it Arrested Development?
George Michael.
George Michael. Yeah.
Have you seen Blazing Saddles? Have you seen that?
No, but I keep meaning
It's
to.
one of those films they're not being offensive, but it could never be released today.
No,
like
it's parody.
if they got into a 20th Century Fox, they'd be like, we cannot put this film back, Mel.
I love
Well, I've seen clips and
It
couldn't be released today.
Yeah, definitely. They couldn't get away with Blade Saddles today. But it's one of those, you can't help but laugh because they're making fun of the bigotry. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
they're showing it and they're saying, but look this is how ridiculous it actually is.
The only reason I'm saying it because you keep saying, look, I'm standing ahead of the man's shoes. It's Headley.
But I love Isabel Brooks, wasn't he on...
One show.
He was on the Watch Out, and then he said he goes, like he's Jewish and he goes, I'll make a joke about the Holocaust. That's how, we've got to, that's that his mindset is everything has to, is there, he reminds me of Trey Parker and Matt Stone in South Park, essentially. Everything must be accepted. You've got to make fun of everything or nothing.
It's when you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
So like it's say a person like a world leader, the moment you're not allowed to make a joke about them is probably when they've crossed over to being a dictator,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to be allowed to
You've got to ridicule,
yeah.
It's like South Park they do, it's like the whole Muhammad episode, the 201 episode, there was that massive uproar, but then they put it out, we didn't know what the issue was because we did it like 7 years before.
I know, and nobody noticed.
No one said anything, but it was pre-9/11, so it changed.
But yeah.
The thing is that it's people who are Muslim, they aren't allowed to draw pro Muhammad. It doesn't affect anyone else. It's only if they can't have any images.
And to be fair, like I don't get me wrong, like I can appreciate them saying, look, what it doesn't mean something to you, but it means a lot to me, and I'm offended that you ridicule that. I get that, but it's one of those. It just makes me laugh that it was people getting offended for people that, but like it's like the thing.
Yeah.
Most people don't care,
with like Russell
probably.
Brand and Jonathan Ross when they did the thing with
Andrew
Sachs's granddaughter, that whole ridicule thing.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of pensioners complaining. There are no way that a bunch of pensioners are listening to Russell Brand on the radio.
No,
so it's
no.
people, they've heard it.
There's a term
and
for
got
that,
And he
offended.
apologised.
They call them cry bullies.
Cry bullies.
Yeah, because they will bully you into not doing something that they don't like because they're offended on somebody else's behalf, and that they're called cry bullies.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and I hate it. It's like you're getting offended for something that doesn't affect you.
It's like watching a McDonald's advert and getting offended on behalf of vegetarians because they might not like to see the beef burger. It's honest to God, it's that stupid.
ridiculous.
It's that stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has gone very long.
We'll have to stop the episode.
We've got to at least, we're going to have to.
We're going to crop the episode because we're going to speak about stuff that YouTube won't allow us to talk about.
Yeah.
I think we all know.
Well, no, we're going to stop recording because we've been talking for about 40 minutes, and I'm the one who has to edit this.
What do you kill that has no soul?
It's going to be interesting to see an extended episode. I'm going to see how long we can.